Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Today is Thursday. We are in the book of Exodus, Exodus chapter 28. So far, we've talked about the construction of the tabernacle, what was to be outside of the tabernacle, and just the different ceremonies and sacrifices that are required to be in God's presence. Today, we're going to talk about overseers of the tabernacle. Exodus chapter 28, starting in verse 1, says this: "Have Aaron, your brother, brought to you from among the Israelites." Again, Aaron is Moses' brother. "Along with his sons," this is Aaron's sons, "Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, Ithamar, so they may serve me as priests. Make sacred garments for your brother Aaron to give him dignity and honor. To all the skilled workers to whom I have given wisdom in such matters, that they are to make garments for Aaron for his consecration, so he may serve me as priest." So a priest was somebody that was overseeing of the tabernacle, overseeing of God's people. They were the ones, and I talked about this on Monday, they were the ones that had to go into the most holy place to atone for the sins of the people, all the other Israelites, and that was done once a year. So the overseer, the priest, was the one who would conduct services, make sure that the people were to live a holy life, make sure that they offered the sacrifices to the Lord in a very proper way. God gave the priest instructions. The priest gave instructions to the people. It's really no different today. I consider it such an honor, a privilege, and I am humbled on a daily basis to be the pastor of Shrewsbury Assembly. I consider it a high calling to hear from God, hear from His Word, and to speak to His people, because that is what God has called me to do, just like what He called Aaron to do. Now, today, we don't have skilled workers, skilled seamstresses. We do, but we don't have them to dress me. It's not like I'm calling on seamstress to make my clothes, as what is described here. But what we do have today is that we have people just like you that are skilled and have talents in all sorts of different areas. And what God's called us to do is to serve Him by using our gifts and talents. See, He's given us wisdom. He's given us skills. He's given us talents. He's given us resources. He's given us those things so that way we can honor Him, that we can build His tabernacle, His church, His people up, so that way we can represent Him. See, everything that we have is from Him. And how we can honor Him is to use our gifts and talents to glorify Him. So think about that today. Think about what God has given you, what resources, what gifts, what talents, what jobs, what skills you have, and go to the Lord today and say, "God, how can I honor you with what you have entrusted me with?" And then listen, and then follow through and say, "God, I want to honor you with what you have given me." Hey, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.